Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back in the Porsche 911 GT3, this time at Mugello Circuit for yet another track guide. Now, it's not me behind the wheel, it's Gianni Lutzu. If you don't know who he is, he's a full-time racing coach, real-life racing driver, and 10,500 iRating. There is a link to his website if you want to actually improve your own skills. Also, if you want to race the exact setup being used in this track guide, you can, if you wish, go to our website, sambosetups.com, or you can visit our Patreon page if you prefer to do that. There are links in the description and it's being shown on the screen. Right, let's start the hot lap. So here we are, smashing it down the main straight, looking for our braking marker for turn 1. It's going to be this 100 on the left-hand side. On the brakes, it's about 70%. Hold it and then trail it off down to second gear, getting back on the gas. As soon as we can get over to the right-hand side, we can get on the brakes at about 25%. Back on the gas in third, just a lift as we go through turn 3. Then we are back on the gas. Heading over to the right-hand side, we're looking for the 50 board once again. This time on the brakes, slightly harder, up to 50%. Stay in third, this time back on the gas after a little lift to go through turn 5. Head over to the left-hand side at the Marshall's hook, turn in on the brakes up to about 30%. And then just a lift as we go through turn 7. Exit nice and wide, head over to the left-hand side, lightly on the brakes, only up 4 or 5% there. Nice wide entry as we come into turn 9. And again, lifting lightly on the brakes through it. Using that marker on the right-hand side as we come into 10. Over to the right-hand side, just a lift through 11. Over to the left-hand side, we're looking for the 100 board. Now we go inside on the brakes at about 55%, down to second gear, to long trail off, and then it's very patient on the throttle on exit. Cutting the corners at 13 and 14. Head over to the right-hand side, looking for the 50 board, on the brakes at about 60%. Trail it off, down to second gear. Now we are back on the gas. Pin our ears back to the line and open across he goes in a 1:45.6. Right, breakdown lap coming up. Right, breakdown lap. So, first braking marker, this 100 board on the left-hand side. We go off the little white line that they painted alongside it. He initially hits sort of 68-70%, holds it until he can trail it off. Now, a long trail off down to second gear, doesn't get back on the gas until quite a way into the corner. You go too early, you're just going to wash out, ruin turns 2 and 3. We want to be right over to the right-hand side. So basically, as soon as you can get your car over there, we're going to start turning in for turn 2. Hits, 25% on the brakes, trails it off, getting back on the gas in third gear at the apex. And again, try and be as far over to the left-hand side as possible to open up turn 3. That's just going to be a lift. And again, we don't want to get on the gas too early. Very easy to wash out on exit and end up in the gravel. 50 board on the right-hand side is going to be our marker into turn 4. And he briefly hits 50%, trails that off, back on the gas at the apex in third. And very similar to turn 5 to turn 3, sorry, just a lift and don't get on the gas too early. For turn 6, we've got this little Marshall's hook on the left-hand side here. We turn in at that, we go on the brakes briefly up to about 30%, trail it off down to that first apex, and now we get straight back on the gas. He never reaches 100% before he's back doing a lift for turn 7, but making sure he's getting the left-hand tyres over the rumble strip and exiting nice and wide. It is quite lenient out here. Over to the left-hand side again, and we're going to use this Marshall's hook on the left. And he's on the brakes, up to 8%, trails that off, getting back on the gas. Doesn't reach 100% though until midway across the track. And then again, a nice wide entry into turn 9. Right, for turn 10, we're using this white marker on the right-hand side. I think that's the 50 board. And he gets on the brakes up to 60%, trails that off, back up on the gas at the apex in third. Just a lift as we go through 11. Right, for turn 12, we're looking for the 100 board once again on the left-hand side, but we're going to turn inside of it. So, as you can see, A lot of people stay on the far outside here. I think it's because that's where the driving line is. But we want to almost be aiming towards the first part of the apex because we're going to brake hard at it. And now we're going to long trail off, which is going to give us that width to go through the exit, as you can see. Cut back. Absolutely flat through 13 and 14. Head over to the right hand side. We're looking for this 50 board once again on the right here. We go on the brakes up to about 60%. Longish trail off all the way down to second gear. Start picking back up on the gas once you're sort of pointing at whatever that weird roof is. Reaches 100% now. Exit wide, and this bit's straightforward. Right, we've got one final version coming up next with the driving line on, and without me talking, enjoy.